For quite some time now, Zwift has been taking the indoor cycling world by storm. They have totally transformed the way in which both us as cyclists and triathletes perceive indoor training. I'll be honest here, I'm totally converted to it. It's such an effective way of training and really quite engaging with thanks to Zwift. But to add to that, this indoor virtual world of training is now open to runners with ZWIFT RUN. Now, I've been using it quite regularly since its launch and I've received so many questions about it. So today I thought I'd answer some of those for you, explain what you need for it and how to use it.
I asked you for the time, you got the damn right. Everything you do gives me butterflies.
Okay, so Zwift officially launched their ZWIFT RUN back in February of 2018, and the nice thing with it is it's totally free to use. Now, Zwift did actually pre-release this to a limited number of people in what they call its alpha version, and that really caused quite a stir as runners were spotted jogging alongside the current Zwift cycling courses. But if we actually fast forward then to today, and they've got countless running routes available to you, actually totaling to 69 kilometers within the game. But if you're not already acquainted with Zwift or this online world that I'm currently talking about, then hang on and let me explain, because similarly to the cycling version of Zwift, you actually just follow these predefined routes within the game. Now, all you need with ZWIFT RUN is a treadmill to connect to Zwift, and your avatar will follow these routes. You can, of course, turn off, you can even turn around, actually meaning that you've got countless routes available to you and loads more options, which I will get into a little bit more later on. Now, personally, the really cool thing with all this for me is that you can join others when you are otherwise on your own. Now, this has helped me massively on those days where you're just struggling to get going or even considering bailing altogether. Now, I know we all hate to admit that, but I'm sure you've all been there. Whereas being able to run with others is really, really motivating. You can join up with friends of yours, people within the online community, you can push each other on a session, motivate each other, you can even just join organised group runs. Now, I mentioned earlier how much I've realised the benefits of indoor training. More and more, I'm actually doing my runs indoors on the treadmill to keep the training controlled and get the maximum quality out of each and every session. Because what happens when we run outside is our pace can fluctuate. We can end up running too fast, too easy, we get carried away, or we just let that pace drift off. Whereas on the treadmill, that's controlled. We hit that pace in, we stick to it, which offers a great platform for doing sessions on, even doing intervals on, which again is something that I've really enjoyed doing lately. But before we delve into that workout function of ZWIFT RUN, let's actually explain what you need to get going. Now, if you're already using Zwift Cycling, then you're actually good to go. You just want to launch the app up and hit run at the top of the screen. If you're not already on Zwift, then you want to load up zwift.com and get yourself registered. Now, in terms of getting yourself going, then all you're going to need is an internet connection. You're going to need a device, and that can be Apple TV, it can be a computer, it can be a tablet or an iPhone, and then you'll need a treadmill, and that can be in your own home or it can be at a gym, and then you're going to need something that will be able to tell Zwift how fast or how hard you're working. Now, for some lucky folk out there, that might actually be the treadmill itself. It might be Bluetooth enabled, and that would mean that it'll be able to tell Zwift how fast you're running on the treadmill at the time. So as you actually change your speed on the treadmill, it will recognize those changes in pace within the Zwift app itself. But for others that are just using a standard treadmill, which is probably most of us out there, then you're going to need either a foot pod or a connected shoe. Now, I've got a few foot pods as examples here with me today. So I've got the ZWIFT RUN pod here. I've also got the Stride Power Meter, and I've also got the Polar foot pod. All of these can be paired on the device pairing screen, and then they'll then be able to talk to Zwift via the device that you're using. And of course, not forgetting, if you are using a Bluetooth heart rate strap, that can be paired at this point too. Now, I've already paired up my ZWIFT RUN pod, but before I actually start running, it's really important that we calibrate this. So for this, you want to go to the wrench icon on the device pairing screen, hit that, and then that will take you through a multi-stage calibration setup. Now to get running, you just need to choose from any of the 5 courses available to you, all with their own routes. Now we've got the Watopia course with its own designated running routes. We've got the London course, the Innsbruck course, the Richmond course, and also the New York course, also with its own designated running routes. Now, a fairly recent update actually means that the Watopia course is available to you any day of the month, and then the remaining 4 courses are basically cycled on a monthly schedule. Then you basically can see which one is available on the calendar on the right hand side of the menu. You can choose whichever course you want, which I've gone for the Watopia course today, then select which route and the distance you want to go for, and then hit run. Okay, so as I get started here, there are a few things actually can make this whole experience a little bit more enjoyable for you. So one is a towel, also plenty of fluid to make sure that you're staying hydrated during your workout, and then also a fan or some sort of ventilation to keep yourself cool. Okay, earlier on I mentioned that the routes and choices available to you are endless, despite the fact that you're actually following a predefined route. So as you approach an intersection or junction, a pop-up will come up telling you that a turning is available to you. So depending on the device that you're using, you'll either be able to select that turning within the device itself. So if you're using an iPad or tablet or an iPhone, you'll be able to do it there and then. But if you're like me and you're using a larger screen and you're using the companion app on something smaller like my phone here, then it'll come up in here. So if, say, a left-hand turning was coming up for myself now, I'd just be able to hit left, I take that turning and off we go. Also, if you're heading on a certain section of path that you're particularly enjoying, maybe for a run session or you see a friend going in the opposite direction, you can also make a U-turn at any time you like. In a similar way to making that left-hand turning we just made, you just hold down that navigational icon and you'll make that turning. And whilst we're talking about what we're looking at on the screen, on the top left, you'll be able to see a box containing your heart rate if you've linked that up and paired your heart rate monitor. Below that, you'll see your steps per minute and your all-important pace. The box below this will simply show your splits per kilometre or mile, along with a little summary of calories burned and your average pace throughout the run. The box along the top displays your speed, how far you have run, and your elapsed moving time. The little bar below this will progress as you run more and move through the levels. Finally, over to the right, we have the map displaying those upcoming junctions, where you are on the course, other users on the paths, and the current gradient. Below this, we have a list of other Zwifters nearby, including the cyclists. For the runners, it will display how far in front or behind they are, taking into account both of your paces. It will also display alongside each runner their pace and how far they have run. On top of all this, you can also follow structured workouts. Now, this is actually something I've really enjoyed doing myself as of late in the build-up to my recent half marathon. Now, to help you out, Zwift have conveniently built a load of workouts that you can select from within the app. Now, they've got a whole host of different styles tailored towards different distances. They've also got a series of workouts within a program that you can work your way through. Now, in terms of the pace that you'll actually be running at during these workouts, well, that's actually dictated by your PBs, and that can be edited within your profile. And then when you're actually within the workout, the information is all then displayed to you, such as how hard you need to be working, how long until the next rep, if you need to be going faster or even slower. And a nice addition that is coming quite soon is Zwift's Workout Builder. Now, this will allow you to design, customize, and follow your very own workouts within Zwift, meaning that you can make your workouts very specific to yourself, your program, and any upcoming races. But if you're really keen to do that already and you don't want to wait for that update, well, there is a bit of a roundabout way to it, and that is by syncing your Training Peaks account with Zwift, then building a workout within Training Peaks, and then that will upload itself to Zwift for you to follow. All right, but now let's finish off with a couple of fun bits, because here in the menu screen we have the garage icon, and hidden behind that is a little bit of a customization area. So a bit of an incentive actually to make you run more. The more that you run, the more outfits and styles are unlocked for your avatar. So you can have a whole lot of fun there. Also, if you just hit the end run icon down at the bottom there, that will take you through to a run report, basically a summary of your whole run. How far you've run, how long you've run for, your average pace, your calories burned, and so on. All in all, I would really recommend giving this a go. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it myself as of late, and if you don't have your own treadmill, don't worry, because you can just head down to your local gym, get set up super quick, super easily on a treadmill there. That's exactly what I've been doing. Now, if you do have any questions yourself, please do drop them in the comment section below. And if you liked today's video, hit that thumbs up button, and if you'd like to see more from GTN, just click on the globe and subscribe.